sports. It's in the game.
Hey, they say it ain't over till it's over, and let me tell you, this one definitely ain't over.
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. And that's what made me rich. The whole club.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted. Want it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking on. Got the flight. Promise you if anybody can, homie, I can. Get the right man. Baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back. Run it back, and run it back. Run it, ooh, run it back. Run it back, run it back. Run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the runs. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another van. Ultra fast. I ain't with the motor dash. Run it back, running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. My body act,
Yeah.
and run it back. As you see how I act, nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I ain't stressed about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Solo might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told him I'd be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the trunk with his fire tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. Run it back, I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing
Today.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And no excitement unless because The only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Griffin. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. This now a 3rd and 4. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Griffin. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Sharon Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Griffin. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On 1st down, Griffin. And he's got this to Jefferson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st and 10, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Toss left side for Walker. At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Geno. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart, passed by.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play there for Minnesota. 68 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than...
Touchdown! Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings have moved out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Off of play action, here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
He's going to get this complete here to Lockett.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Geno now to throw. This is caught. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come.
Walker will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Seahawks are once again back in front. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, Griffin. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. A good pickup there at 22. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. Play action. Now Griffin. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing now, Griffin on first down.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
This offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Smith.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Pulled in at the 24. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action. Griffin. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Griffins, and the throw here caught by Addison.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. Griffin. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
There's Griffin to throw.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings add 6 to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Now Geno.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And they'll bring him down. 7 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Running left is Walker.
There he goes left side.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Kenneth Walker
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
To throw again is Griffin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Smith.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Smith.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 5.
Throwing again is Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Griffin on first down.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Griffin. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Here's Smith.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Geno's going to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10.
Griffin.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Griffin will throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
Down inside the 40. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And this game is tied again here in the 3rd.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
And I think we both agreed he could have a... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Griffin.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Cook up the gut.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Play action, it's Griffin.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Out of the gun, Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Griffin. He's got it. Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about him pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Griffin. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Up the middle, it's Cook.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Griffin. The quick slant caught. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seahawks take back over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And going right back to Walker.
Nifty move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. To throw is Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
79 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. From the 29, here's second down and 3.
Now Griffin.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Cook is in. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Again, Smith.
Outright to Smith-Njigba.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now Smith.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Here's Smith. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Geno now to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Samson Abukum able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Cook again.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century. Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. Walker hit and the ball is out.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Play action. Now Griffin.
This is caught by Addison.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Throwing again, Griffin.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
After the interception, here's Smith.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's second down.
Back to throw, Smith. And Walker has it.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
3rd and 9 here.
A shotgun snap for Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it's Smith. And Walker with it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Gino on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino. This complete to Lockett. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. To the air again, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Griffin going to throw it.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now Griffin on first down.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon.
Yeah. seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the bay trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime.
Just like I hit the lotto. Had to go to